It's not powerful beauty, it's unquestioned attachment. There is no spell in beauty, the spell is in believing it matters to me. You think beauty has power, it doesn't. If it did, it would affect everyone the same way, but it doesn't. One man sees a face and feels nothing, another sees the same face and loses its center. So, where is the power? Not in the face. When I say it's not powerful beauty, it's unquestioned attachment, I mean this. You never pause to ask, why does this matter so much to me? What do I think I'm getting from this? Why does my stage change because of a face? You skipped all of that. You felt the pull and you obeyed it instantly. That obedience, without seeing, is what gives it power, not beauty. And when I say there is no spell in beauty, the spell is in believing it matters to me, this is the deeper cut. Look carefully. A face appears. In that exact moment, something silent happens inside you. This matters. You don't say it in words, but your reaction proves it. Your attention sticks, your body tightens, your mind starts moving. That only happens when something is labeled as important. But tell me, why does it matter? Did you decide that? Or did it just happen automatically? You were conditioned to react. And then you mistook that reaction for truth. The spell is not her beauty. The spell is this invisible assumption. This is significant for me. Once that belief enters, everything follows. Desire, attachment, restlessness, imagination. Remove just one thing, not beauty, not attraction. Remove this. This matters to me. And watch what happens. The same face loses its psychological grip. It becomes just visual information, seen and gone. Final cut. Beauty never said, I'm important. You said it. And then you lived under it. You see a face. And in that instant, you don't just see a face. You see relief. You see completion. You see an end to your restlessness. But none of that is in her. Listen carefully. The face is real. The beauty is real. The symmetry is real. But what you add to it, that is the illusion. You are not attached to her. You are attached to what you think she will do for you. She will make me feel worthy. She will make me feel chosen. She will quiet this inner noise. She will complete me. That entire story is manufactured in the darkness of your own mind. She didn't give you that story. You wrote it. If you truly saw her as she is, just a human being with fears, confusion, insecurities, habits, moods, contradictions, the spell would break. But you don't see her. You see your projection. Attachment is not love. Attachment says, I need you so I can feel okay. Love, if it ever exists, has no need in it. Attachment is hunger. Love is not hunger. Attachment says, without you, I am incomplete. Love says nothing. It does not beg. It does not cling. Why does it feel so intense? Because it is not about her. It is about you trying to escape yourself. That restlessness you feel, that pull, that craving, you are trying to use her face as a drug. And like any drug, it gives a high. Then comes the crash. Then comes the need for more. That is not romance. That is addiction. Look deeper. If tomorrow she desired you, for a moment you would feel powerful, chosen, complete. And then, very soon, the mind will return. Doubt, fear, boredom, insecurity. Because the problem was never her absence. The problem is the one who's seeking. You say, I need her. No, you need relief from yourself. And you have mistaken her as the solution. See the illusion clearly. The beauty is real. The desire is biological. The story is false. The suffering comes from the story, not from the girl. So you don't suffer because she is beautiful. You suffer because you believe her beauty can save you. It cannot. No face has ever saved a man from himself. You are not looking at her. You are looking at a screen and your mind is playing a film on it. When I say you don't see her, you see your projection, this is what it means. You see a beautiful face and instantly without permission, the mind says, she must be amazing. She must be kind. She will understand me. Life with her will feel different. Tell me, Where did you get this information? You didn't. You invented it. You have taken one fact, she is physically attractive, and from that, you have constructed an entire imaginary universe. That universe is the projection. Now listen closely. If you truly saw her as she is, not your imagination, not your fantasy, but as she actually is, a human being who has bad days, feels insecure, gets irritated, misunderstands people, carries her own pain, is ordinary in 1,000 unseen ways, then something inside you would collapse. Not because she becomes less, but because your illusion cannot survive reality. The spell is not in her beauty, the spell is in your meaning making. Beauty becomes dangerous only when you attach a promise to it. Right now, your mind is saying, this person will change how I feel. That is the lie. Because no person has ever permanently changed how another feels. Never. So, how does seeing clearly break the illusion? Not by forcing yourself to think she's flawed. That's just another trick of the mind. But by noticing this in real time, I am adding things that are not there. That's it. That single recognition cuts the root. You don't need to suppress desire. You don't need to run away. You only need to see this is attraction, natural, this is fantasy, manufactured. Once seen clearly, the fantasy loses its authority. Right now, she looks like relief, but when seen clearly, she becomes just another human being passing through your experience. No promise, no salvation, no completion. And then something strange happens. The restlessness fades, not because you got her, but because you stopped misreading her. Final truth. The illusion does not break because she changes. It breaks the moment you realize I was never seeing her to begin with. You are not chasing a woman, you are chasing a feeling wearing different faces. Listen, there was once a thirsty traveler walking through a vast desert. One day in the distance, he saw shimmering water, clear, beautiful, alive. He ran toward it, but as he reached it, it vanished, a mirage. The next day he saw another, different shape, different place, even more beautiful. Again he ran, again nothing. Days passed, hundreds of waters, hundreds of runs, hundreds of disappointments. Yet something strange happened. He never questioned the water. He only thought, maybe the next one is real. One day, he stopped running, not because he became wise, but because he became tired. And in that stillness, something shifted. He didn't look at the water, he looked at his own thirst. And for the first time, he saw clearly, it is not the water that is chasing me, it is my thirst that is creating the water. This is you. Each beautiful face is just a new mirage. You don't stay attached to one, because the face was never the point. The feeling is the point. The surge, the pull, the sense that there is something for me. Beauty is your mirage. Not because beauty is false, but because of what you believe it will give you. Another way to say it. Imagine a man addicted to music. Not a song, just the drop, the high moment. So he keeps skipping songs. Intro, skip. Verse, skip. He waits only for the drop. And once it hits, for a few seconds, ecstasy. Then, restlessness again. So he jumps to the next song. You are not in love with the person. You are addicted to the moment of impact, the glance, the beauty, the imagination, the surge inside your chest. After that, you move on. Because the high is gone, the illusion. You think this beauty is special. But look at your own pattern. If it were special, why is it replaceable in seconds? The truth is harsher. Nothing is special. The mind simply reacts again and again to a certain pattern. Symmetry, futures, movement. And you call that reaction. She is the one. The breaking point. The illusion doesn't break when you avoid beauty. It breaks when you see every face is just a trigger. The experience is happening inside me. The desert never had water. The music was never the point. The women are not the center. So, you are not moving from girl to girl. You are moving from illusion to illusion, hoping one of them will finally stay. None will. Because the illusion is not out there. It is being generated by the one who's looking. You were never trapped by beauty. Beauty simply appeared like a color, like a sound. What trapped you was the silent belief, this matters to me. From that one belief, everything grew: desire, attachment, restlessness, illusion. You were not chasing women, you were chasing what you thought their beauty would do for you. And each time it failed, you moved to the next phase. Not because the beauty changed, but because the illusion didn't hold. See it cleanly. Beauty is just seen. Attraction is just a reflection. But attachment is what you add. The moment you stop adding meaning, beauty loses its psychological grip. Not because it disappears, but because you are no longer using it. Beauty is not the illusion, the belief that it matters to you is. See that once, clearly, and the spell has nothing left to stand on.